This meeting is being recorded.
Whoever has that, you might want to mute that. And here we are at ClearPropTV.com, Paratalk.org. And of course, you're probably listening to this on your favorite podcasting app, searching for PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast. But if you're watching us live, you're at ClearPropTV.com. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 153 with Bryant Hummer as our guest. We have jumped on just a little bit earlier so we can say hello to our panel, and then we're going to jump in and talk about Kangook America. First of all, my name is Sean Simons, also known as PPG Grandpa. I run a paramotor school, and you can always find us over at paramotorarkansas.com. Always find us here every Monday night at iflyparamotors.com. Welcome to the show. First of all, we want to say hello to Jim Simard from Canada. He is our official sponsor. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, thank you. I think we got a more official sponsor today, Kangook America.
We are definitely going to be talking about that. But tonight we need you to tell us a little bit about you, Jim, and what you do for us and that really cool gift code that you have.
Oh, well, we can make up stickers for you. We can do all sorts of different printing, whatever you need. Brochures, business cards, signs, you name it. And if you use the promo code PPG Grandpa, you'll get an additional 10% off.
That is spectacular. What is the URL to get to your site?
ClearPP.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And obviously, if you ever get up to Canada, smell their money because it smells like maple syrup. We also got Will Fly, the PPG guy. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, it's really good to be here. Digging it. Couldn't fly today, but I'm doing the next best thing.
Talking with us about flying, right?
That's right. That's right.
Excellent. We are going to be doing the spinning wheel of winning things. So if you want to be on that spinning wheel, make sure you tag Will Fly. If you have any questions, make sure you tag somebody on the panel. Not me, because I'm not looking at the screen. Who's going to be looking at the screen looking for questions? Jim, you are. Is that correct?
You betcha.
Josh, are you going to be doing that too in the background?
Yeah, I can help.
All right, but mostly you're going to be doing the videos in the background. How about you, Scuba Steve? Going to be watching? All right, Avery, you too, bud?
I can give it a shot.
All right, so Michael, how about you? You going to be watching the super chat? I don't hear him, so he's on mute. So if you want to...
I'll keep my eyes on it.
All right, so if you have any questions, make sure you tag somebody on the panel. But anyways, Will Fly, we're going to be doing some giveaways tonight. So if you want to be on the giveaway and you want to be on that spinning wheel of winning things, make sure you tag Will Fly. Will Fly, where do we get up with you, bud?
You can get me at online www.willflyppg.com or YouTube. Just search for Will Fly.
Excellent. Thank you so much for helping us out in the background. Of course, we got Linda Anderson. Linda Anderson, she's our PR girl. Look at her background. She's got a background going. She's got a new computer, new everything. And where's the pom-poms?
Looking good.
Welcome, everybody. It's Monday. Glad you're all here. I'm just getting settled in with my new back screen. Yes, the picture that I took at Lake Michigan this summer, which I absolutely love. So now I'm like cool like all the other guys with their back screens and everything, their background. So welcome, chatters. Welcome to the show. Welcome, panel. Welcome, Avery, and our guest, and our guest Bryant. And I'm ready for today. So let's do it.
Excellent. If you want to be on their show, make sure you go over and see Linda Anderson. You can find her by going to paramomusa.com. It forwards over to her Facebook page and say, hey, I want to be on PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast, ClearPropTV, paratalk.org, and she will hook you up.
That's correct. Thank you.
So thank you, Linda, for everything that you do. Avery, thank you for being in the background and helping out. Joshua is going to be in the background also going to be putting videos up so we don't have to just look at talking heads. So thank you, Josh. We appreciate that. We've got Michael Crotchet in the background going to help us also, and Scuba Steve. But of course, it's not about us. It's not about the panel. Tonight is all about Bryant, our guest. He is the importer for Kangook America. What's up, Brian? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, how's it going? Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Absolutely. You got some swag that you're going to be giving away, aren't you?
I do. I've got 3 of these hats here.
Nice.
Excellent. So if you guys want to stick around, at 8 o'clock we'll be spinning. Well, maybe 7:30. So you can't just bounce around. You have to listen to the show. You never know when we're going to spin. So you got to be present to win. So Bryant, welcome to the show. Definitely appreciate you. You do a lot of interesting things. I can't wait to hear all of it. But just so people know, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into paramotoring.
Okay. Well, that one, it's kind of a long journey. So I've always been an aviation enthusiast for as long as I can remember. And I actually started in the fixed wing world. I started with airplanes before getting interested in paramotors. So I got my pilot's license in high school. So I could barely drive, but they would let me fly a plane with passengers even. So did that back in 2004, went off to school, decided, I didn't want to fly for a living. It's kind of like a chef, you see them picking up some McDonald's on the way home, but they cook for a living. So I figured that would kind of ruin flying for me. So I went to school and got an engineering degree and then moved out to Wichita, Kansas to work for Cessna Aircraft Company, where I spend my days playing with airplanes. And it was actually a buddy of mine at Cessna that, we kind of got talking about, what if we started flying paramotors? Imagine how cheap that would be, when gas was crazy expensive. And, it's kind of just took off from there.
So, took off. I love it. Good one.
Yeah, unintended. But yeah, and so it just kind of grew from that. We started getting really interested in that in 2016, and then we ended up, learning how to fly, and then got some time under our belt, started, opening a school. We trained some guys, and this is just kind of the next evolution. We've just grown. So now here we are with our main focus being the Kangook America stuff. So it's really exciting. We're really happy to be doing it.
It sounds absolutely amazing. I put all of your links down below. So if you guys want to check out any of the links, they're already down below. But tell us a little bit about your school and how did that start off?
So out here in Wichita, Kansas, there was nobody doing this. There were some guys down in Oklahoma City, some people up in Nebraska, but it was kind of just void. So we figured we could go ahead and fill that niche. There's nobody else doing it. So the name of the school is actually Air Capital PPG. So if you're in the Wichita area, look me up. It's aircapitalppg.com or aircapitalppg@gmail.com. You can contact me there. If you're interested in checking it out. So we've got it's as much of a social group anymore as it is a like a school. So a lot of the guys, come in, they learn, we fly, we get it taken care of, but then they just never leave. So we have a chat right now. There's 80 of us on it. A couple of guys went flying tonight. I'm hoping to fly tomorrow night. We have a nice little field just west of town. It's like it's about 900 feet, I'd say, by 900 feet. So it gives us a beautiful training area, nice and flat, because it's Kansas. Landing zones all over the place. It's a really good spot for it. The only thing we have to fight with is the wind.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't Wichita, Kansas the same city that was on the Twister movie?
Oh, probably. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, but yeah, it gets pretty darn windy out here.
Well, I mean,
Lots of
windy's fine, but tornadoes, that's
yeah.
bad.
Did you go to Fredonia, Kansas for the EFD this year?
Yeah, I was down there this year. I showed up a couple days late though. I was way the heck down the runway. I was probably the last one down there.
Yeah, I was close to the end of the runway too. I don't know if you know Keith Smith. I rode with him up there for my first time being there, so I got to be there. But there's so many faces, I couldn't. I'm trying to put it together. If I saw you, I probably did. Probably
I was there for quite a few days. It was a good time.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit of flying this year, actually.
Yeah, I flew every day,
Did
every
you?
morning, every night.
That's
Even
impressive.
even that nasty stuff we had on Friday.
Yeah.
Not Friday night, but cool.
Yeah, it was a good one. Well, if you come out there again this year, you have to look me up.
So have you
Well,
been
will do.
to? I'm sure that you have been, but have you been to fly-ins? And if you have, which ones you've gone to, and which ones do you like the most?
So paramotor fly-ins, I've actually not been to too many of those. There's a couple smaller ones down in Oklahoma I went to, and we have the one here in Fredonia. With this Kangook, this is a new venture for us, as well as the factory. This has been in the works for about a year, but it's been slowly growing. So this year we're hoping to go to the endless flip drag as a vendor, and then I'd like to expand into hopefully getting a booth out at Oshkosh. That's a really that's a fun one out there at the ultralight field. So I know that the factory Kangook from Canada, they're going to have a presence this year out at the Salton Sea. They plan to be out there.
Are you planning on possibly hosting your own in the future over at your school?
That's something we've definitely talked about. But it's never really taken off just due to the Fredonia so close. It kind of feels like we're stepping on each other, and they do such a good job of putting that together. I don't want to pull from that. We thought about doing, a Kangook fly-in, just a central USA for all the Kangook owners. And that's something that we've definitely talked about, but that's a future thing. We're just not quite there yet. So it'll be a ton of fun.
If we want to be a Kangook owner, how do we do that? Where do we go? What's the URL?
So the URL is kangookamerica.com. Very easy. It's all just one word.com. But preferably you would buy from your local dealer and support your local school and your guys that you have. Click the dealer tab if you would there. You can see our map and it'll show you where all the dealers are located. So hopefully you'll go and help support those guys as well. So you can see we're all across the US. There's me in the center. And if we have anybody out there that is interested in becoming a Kangook dealer, we are looking for more. We're not terribly well represented in the Southeast and Texas, California. There's still a lot going on right now, even in these cold months up here.
I don't see anybody in Arkansas, so I might need to talk to you about that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about your machines there. It's like there seems to be a bunch of different machines. I know that people, always are looking for different paramotors. So tell us a little bit about your paramotors, what kind of harnesses and throttles and engines you use.
Oh man, there's so many options. So I want to tell you real quick. I was working on my website, working on the store, and our website is hosted by Wix. And they have a limit. You can only put 1,000 unique combinations in for a single product. And I went and put everything that I wanted, and it came out to be 24,000 unique combinations for the Amarok model. So that didn't go too well. So I had to cut some stuff back from that. But we have so many options. We have 4 models. This is just for foot launch. So we have the Viking, the Classic, the Phoenix K2, and the Amarok. That's what's currently in production at the factory. And we are supporting the Pliny engines, the Minari engines. You can get the Corsair engines. We've even done a Nitro 200 swap. A guy from Oklahoma wanted to swap out to our frame but keep his existing engine. So we did that recently. And then, of course, we do the Viterazzi engines. So
do you have different plates for the different engines, or how does that work?
So, yeah, it can be done several ways. We call them the classic models, the Classic and the Viking. They all share the same base. So you can do an engine adapter plate. That's an option. Or you can also have what we call direct mounts. And the direct mounts that's made purpose built for that engine. So engines like the Corsairs and the Plinis, it's really nice because they all share the same mounts. So if you want to buy an 80cc and then, upgrade later to, something larger, you don't have to change anything. You just swap the engine. We can do the mounts. I'll be honest, they're not my favorite, the adapter plate style. It keeps that weight closer up to your back. It's just a little bit cleaner of a look when you do the direct connection.
So let's say that I get a frame that I really like and I want to change out to a different engine altogether. Do I contact you and say, hey, I need a plate for this new engine, and you send it to us, or how does that work?
Yeah. If you need anything here in the USA, just come to me or your local dealer, and we can get that sorted out for you. Because I can tell based on the serial number of your unit what it is, and we can go from there. So, and I can direct you. Maybe it doesn't even need a swap out. Like a Corsair or Polini uses the same engine mounts. If you're going from an Atom 80 to a Moster 185, we would have to do some work to get that transfer done.
Gotcha. So what size hoops do you have?
So that depends on which models you're going with. The classic models, they come in a 132 or a 146 centimeter. But the Amarok, so the Amarok is our newest model. It is really nice, but it's a different geometry than the past models. And that one right now is only in 140 centimeters. However, there is something in the works, but I'm not really sure I'm allowed to talk about that too much yet.
Gotcha.
I was gonna say, I could see where they were bending the cage on that video. So I assume the frames are powder coated, and I was gonna ask you, do they come in different colors? But I just saw you had a color option also.
Yeah, so there's something new that's new to this year is we're now bringing them in the options of orange, black, and silver. So this is for the Amarok. I actually don't have any real good photos of the silver ones yet because I'm waiting on engines from Vitarazi to arrive. So I've got one frame, and I'm excited to say that we've got new netting colors too. So I've got one right now that I'm flying. It's an Atom 80 with a green net, but just a black frame. And then I'm going to do a silver one with a blue. So it kind of matches our Kangook America blue color. It looks pretty sharp. It's sitting right in front of me, but there's no engine on it. So it's kind of sad. Yeah, there's our netting colors. So the classic models, those only come in orange and black as of right now. So we're not moving to the silver on those yet, but I'm fairly certain if you say pretty please, we could work it out with the factory to get it made.
Excellent. What kind of throttle and harnesses do you have?
So throttles, we offer the Polini throttle or the off-grid throttle. They're both great. The off-grid is pretty awesome. If you guys have ever flown it, I don't know if you guys have, but it's got the cruise control and it's just really well built and stout and feels good in the hand. So you can put either one of those on there. For harnesses, we have several options. So right now we have APCO SLT harnesses as well as the Dudek power seat. And we're also doing some work with Sol down in Brazil. And we're looking at some of their harnesses. I've test flown their Revolution 2 and the Revolution and then their Evolution 2. Their names are really, really close. But they're pretty interesting harnesses. And I especially like that Evolution 2 harness. So we're going to start working with them and start bringing those in as well as another option.
Excellent. Will Fly, any questions out there in the super chat?
You do have a question from Tony Marzano, and he wants to know if they can be mounted to any trike.
So any trike, any of the Kangook trikes, or just any trike in general?
Well, no, any trike was his question. So, I mean, what are the options with that?
I'll throw out the retracted trike too. So, I mean, that's kind of popular.
Yeah. So something like the retracted trike, I don't know that they have a base option. If you go to Sky Sports website, they don't have a Kangook option. The way that these frames are, they're square tube at the bottom, so it's pretty easy to interface without any trike. You can see on the screen there's a picture of the basic, and obviously our trikes are made to mount directly to ours. A lot of guys actually like to use our basic trike to mount a variety of different paramotors too. It's got that generic base plate where you can mount just about anything onto it. And there's even an XL base plate for a larger one. I've been talking to a guy who's looking to put a Black Hawk on one of these. We are running a special on these right now. Free shipping for anybody that wants one with basic trikes.
That's no small thing. It's just shipping costs a lot.
Yeah. Fortunately, these things break down to be incredibly small. I can get it into a box that's, I think it's 40 inches long by 14. So it's pretty impressive how it breaks down. And they all have quick release axles. So a lot of the guys will put these in back like minivans or something. The axles pop right off. So super easy to transport.
Yeah, so the trike buggy would be out of the question, I'm assuming.
So we've had 2 guys last year that took one of our classic frames and they did interface it just fine with a trike buggy.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's actually been pretty popular. You know, these classic frames on these random different trikes out there. Cause you know, there's a lot of different good options. Yeah. What they did is they mounted it at the base and they just tied in to the swing arm geometry up top to give it the top anchor point. So there was a little bit of engineering they had to do, but they've had no trouble with it.
Huh.
Yeah, I got a Fly Products rider, but it's got the giant cage, double hoop cage, 140 prop. You don't know if that'll fit on that basic trike, do you?
If you sent me a picture of the bottom, I'm sure it would. Is it flat on the bottom or is it like, how does that, when it sits on the ground?
It's flat, but let me unmute myself so I don't have to. It's flat on the bottom, but the frame kind of comes at an angle towards the front, and that's about it. But it's flat on the bottom pretty much. The very back mount is raised up about 2 inches, and then the other ones are just straightforward poles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we interface is with those straightforward pieces on the base.
Oh, okay. Then it probably would work then.
Yeah. Yeah, most everything out there will interface with it. There's one that did not, and it was just the geometry just wasn't right. I believe it was a McFly. And it was a really wide in the back, and it just didn't sit right with the geometry that we have.
Can you mount a gravity to a trike at all? Or
A gravity, I think that might depend on which one.
The Defiant's the one with the fuel tank. That's what I fly, and I've seen it on a Bullet, but that's about it.
Yeah,
Really?
would be relatively difficult to mount, I would think.
Yeah, you see the bottom piece there, how it runs forward, back on either side. If you have some member like that, you can either, you know, front, back, or left, right. If you have something horizontal at the very bottom, that's all you
almost
really need.
identical. It's just the back right there beside the gas tank. Mine has a little bit of an angle to it. That's about it. But the rest of it looks identical.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure that would hook right up just fine.
Cool.
So I'm wondering on your trike options for. I guess it wouldn't be a classic trike would fit a tandem setup, would it? Or would?
So we have tandems on the KX1 trike and then the Kangook Evo trike. So the basic comes in a basic standard, we call it, and that's just you know, generic platform, 3 wheels. You use your foot launch paramotor, you know, quick 2-minute disassembly to install or take apart. And then we add what we call a comfort option, which is the roll bars, the stainless steel roll bars. And that same trend carries through the KX1. So you have a KX1 standard and then a KX1 comfort solo and then a KX1 comfort tandem. You can put the bigger classic cage on the back of that KX1 tandem. I mean, most or 185 is going to be a little low powered when you're doing, you know, a trike launch tandem.
Yeah, I was just curious if there was a setup that you recommend for the tandems on a budget.
Yeah, if you want to go for a budget tandem, you might look at one of the Pliny engines on the KX1 tandem, the comfort tandem. You can put that in the larger 146 centimeter double hoop cage and get a little more power out of it, either like a 202 or a 303 from Pliny.
Okay.
You could do a Coursera Black Bull as well, but you know, and above that, if you want to run something like a Cosmos or a 303 with a bigger propeller, you're looking at that Kangook Evo, and that's a huge 165 centimeter cage. So you can run a big 150 centimeter prop in it.
Okay.
How are the cage as far as like doing the powered forward inflation with trikes? Is there anything that we need, maybe guy wires or something, or is the frame strong enough to go ahead and do that for a trike?
So on the double hoops, it's certainly strong enough as it comes from the factory. Nothing to worry about there. And all these trikes come with the line guide set up for a double hoop system. They might be large because we get them at the largest size, and then you can just cut them down. On our single hoops, we have stiffener bars that are available. So like the Amarok, a lot of guys like to foot launch that, and then they'll want to put a stiffener bar on it. And it's pretty sharp looking. It's just a piece of aluminum welded, and it comes to the very front of the cage, and it grabs the side. So it grabs the two side pieces of that hoop and really stiffens it. It also has the little line guides actually interfacing with that too. So it's a really clean looking setup.
And the Vikings, there's no problem with those because they're thicker than the Amarok, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a thicker diameter.
Yeah.
And it's the those lateral pieces coming out from the center frame to the edge of that cage. They're all thicker and beefed up compared to the Amarok.
See,
is that your machine, Jim?
Yes, that's my machine. I know I power forward with it all the time, so I know it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to put a lot of force on these things to bend them.
They're pretty sturdy. You don't make the light anymore, do they?
I'll say the light.
Yeah.
No, the Trek and the light, they're supported if you need parts or anything. We can get those for you, but they're not in production anymore. Same thing with the Phoenix original. The Phoenix K2 we're still doing, but not the original Phoenix.
What is the weight of the basic trike and the wheelbase? How wide is the wheelbase?
The weight is about 32 pounds. If you go down to my webpage on the basic, it's measured out down there. And if not, I have one sitting right here I can measure real quick if we need to.
No, if it's on the webpage, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, it should be at the very bottom. And if it's not, tell them just to send me an email or text or something, and I'll get you that answer. But it's go to the very, very bottom there. Geometry. 66 inches with the axles installed. There you go. And then if you take off the axle, so it's a single pin, quick release pin. The axles pop right out, and it's only 24 inches wide. They're fiberglass axles too, so they're pretty darn strong. The basic uses 1 inch. The KX1 and the Nanic Evo, they use 1.5 inch axle, so they are pretty robust. We've never had a damaged one.
So
I've seen. Sorry, I was gonna say we use a basic out at our school for training, and I've seen some landings, and it holds up every time.
So I fly on Adventure Plume, and I was curious, have you ever, has you had a customer fit one to that trike or basic trike or any of them?
We haven't done an Adventure Plume yet, I don't think so. Is your frame flat on the bottom like ours?
Yeah, it's got, right now I have a bumper on it just because it works great for like a kickstand, but it's pretty much, let me see, I'm looking here now. It's like a flat bottom. It's almost squared out a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, I've just been considering maybe in the future trying to get into trikes. Just what I'm going to need a bigger motor if I want to do tandems, because at one point I had a setup that probably would have done a light tandem, a person that's lighter than me, so or about the same weight as me. So it would have been really restrictive. But I'm just curious for future. Thank you though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people like them because of the price point. You know, they're sub $1,200 for the brand new trike.
Yeah, seeing that, that's a good deal compared to the other trikes out there.
Yeah, there's some pricey ones out there.
Is there something that sets Kangook apart from other manufacturers? Because they're all getting pretty gosh darn good.
There's a lot of great paramotors out there. Kangook, a lot of the biggest question I get is a lot of people ask us why we use aluminum and not titanium. And as soon as we came out with that silver frame, that was the very first question: do we switch to titanium? So we use, you know, aluminum, because it's easy to manufacture, you can bend it back if you've ever had an issue. I mean, I've seen some guys bring some stuff back to life. It's pretty amazing, you know, after what they've done to it, what they can, you know, reassemble, and it's perfectly fine. It's really strong, and the price is pretty affordable. You know, we think we have a really good quality product, but at a very, very fair price point.
So if something breaks, it would be cheaper to fix.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, aluminum is much easier to weld if you ever need to do that as compared to like titanium.
Ah, that is true. That is true.
Okay, call me an idiot, but what are those two curved pipes on the trike that, you know, that are hooked back in?
I
Like
was
right.
I was gonna ask the same, Scuba.
Can you bring it up on the screen to show me a picture?
That should be
Oh, no.
where your seat sits down.
Oh,
Your seat sits down on the actual trike itself.
Oh, okay. On the basic, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just gives you some seat support while you're on the ground. Once you're in the air, it's not used. On the basic and the KX1 standard, you still use your foot launch paramotor. So that way you can, you know, take it off. You can go foot launch if you want, and you're tired. You want to wheel launch after that. You know, it's, yeah, you see how his seat is right on top of those bars.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, look at that top picture. That's how small that breaks down.
wow.
Always good to have when you go over to a fly-in, because you can wheel yourself over to the far end of the field and not have to hump your paramotor all the way over there. It's so much easier. That's one of the reasons why I like the trike.
One of my former students doesn't trike launch at all, only foot launches, but he'll actually use the basic trike to hold his wing and all of his gear and then drive to where he wants to, and then he takes it off and foot
That's
launches.
what I do. That's what I do. I love it. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I like the exercise and the sweat. I mean, most of the time. For
Well,
now,
I like that trike for a couple reasons. I mean, number one, it's less than half the price of the trike that's supposed to go with my paramotor. And number two, which I just completely lost my train of thought. I don't know.
but it's there, and it's
that's
number
what you-
two. You showed that.
Oh, the
what the internet
wheelbase
does.
is much wider. That's
okay.
what it is, because the ones with the smaller wheelbases are a lot easier to flip over. So I like that wide wheelbase on that.
Yeah, 66 inches is pretty good.
That's what she said. No, just kidding. Sorry.
Hey, Bryant.
Always once on the show. Always once on the show. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, thumbs up is amazing. Of course, we want the thumbs up, but if you give us a thumbs down, make sure you click that thumbs down twice. Anyway, it's 7:30 right now. We are going to be giving away a bunch of stuff tonight. So make sure that you say hello to Will Fly. Will Fly. Can you say hello to everybody in the chat? Don't say hello to everybody. Go ahead and read off their names that's on the spinning wheel of winning things. We're going to spin twice. We're going to spin here in just a moment and spin in a little bit. We got some red, white, and blue chase cams that we're going to be giving away. Brian is going to be giving away some hats from Kangook America. So, you know, when you win, you get a choice. Do you want the hat, or do you want a chase cam? How cool is that? Will, it's all you, buddy.
All right, man, that's pretty cool. So big hello to Sean Simons, Scuba Steve, Michael Crotchett, Linda Anderson, she's in the house, Jim Samard, Avery Colburn, Joshua Marsh, John Wayne, what's up? Bonnie France, Walter Priori from Australia, Brian France, Travis DuPont, Tommy Anderson, Deweese Milstead, Tony Marzano, Tony Marzano, Michael Jasper, Goldie Teal, what's going on? Hey, Bill H. Wiggy Wing is in the house. Mad Sloper, Angela Preslick, A-Lines, Para Ninja, Chris Altmeyer, and Sharky in the Sky. Hope I didn't miss anyone. Oh, and we've got runintothesky.org.
Excellent.
Welcome, welcome.
So glad that you
Thank you.
guys are here. So make sure that you tag Will Fly And we got Sharky in the Sky. We got your question. We're going to answer that right after we're done on the spinning wheel. Will, you want to spin it?
Yeah,
Good
man.
luck, everybody.
Sounds
Yep.
good.
Good luck.
So our choices tonight will be, oh, how about this? The choices will be red, white, and blue chase cam, a
Sweet.
brand new 2023 calendar.
Woo.
Woo! Look at that centerfold. Nice.
Woo.
And hats from Kangook America and Bryant Hummer. All
Ooh,
right.
look at that wheel.
So if you are not on this wheel, make sure you say something pretty darn quick because
The
we're
wheel.
gonna-
Say
What's that?
something.
we're
Say
gonna-
something.
Paramotor.
Wheel, say something to wheel.
What's
The
that?
wheel fly.
Gotta grease that wheel.
I'm not on the wheel. I can't win no damn hat. Oh,
You ready?
Just
Ready
calm
when
down
you
there,
are. Sounds good.
All right, here we go. Who's it gonna be? I'm gonna say probably
Jim.
H.
Wiggy wing. Because that's like kind of right there. They always seem to win when they're right there. Probably either Bill H or Wiggy Wing.
Oh, we just passed Bill H.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's gonna be close. I
Dum,
think.
dum, dum.
Bonnie
close.
always
Good.
wins.
Good for you, Bonnie. Congratulations.
All right, Bonnie.
Nice.
So you get to.
Congratulations.
Well, Bonnie just ordered a bunch of calendars, so I don't think that she wants any more calendars. Maybe. So, Bonnie, do you want, well, a calendar, a chase cam, or a hat from Kangook America and our friend and our guest Bryant Hummer? It's totally up to you. All right, so Bonnie, one.
She said chase cam, please.
Did she?
Yeah.
I don't see that.
It's in the super chat under Wiggy Wing's little.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she wants.
She wants the chase cam?
Yep.
All right. Hey, Bonnie, since you're going to be down here in April, how about I hold on to it because I'm printing out a bunch of different ones and you'll have a choice of any of them, obviously, when you get here. Sounds good? All right. One more spin, Will.
All right, I got to add a couple more people here and
okay.
be set. Got Eric Von Eric in the house, and was it was it Bill Martin? Pretty sure. Help me out, guys. You see him on there, just joined us recently.
So while we're spinning, Sharky in the Sky asked, what wing does Bryant fly? Bryant, what wing is your go-to wing? Or do you have a bunch of them?
Yeah, I've got a problem.
Got a wing.
I've been flying.
Problems.
I've been flying my Soul Oster GT2, and I've been flying a BGD. What is it? The Echo motor. Kind of depends on my mood. If I'm going for something a little spicy or something, just tame and slow kind of flying.
You just have to roll dice.
So you do a bunch of different ones too. I mean, I like that too. Being able to go out. All right. So when it's windy, what's your favorite wing? When it's nil wind, what's your favorite wing? And cross country, what's your favorite wing?
Yeah, so cross country and windy, I'd probably put them together. And it's either maybe a McPara Colorado. That's a really awesome wing. Something. I'm only like 160 pounds, so something in that like 18-meter range. The same thing with the Soul Oster. That's a pretty good wing for that kind of mission as well. If I'm just trying to be lazy and poke around town, I'll do the BGD Echo. That's a fun one. It's weight, so it's an easy launch. And then some days when I want to be extra lazy, I have an APCO hybrid with single skin, and that thing is just a breeze to launch. It's also really good for the snow. So if there's snow on the ground, you don't really have any good traction. That's kind of a fun wing to take out, play around with.
Wow.
I think Jim asked something about the new swing arms you have. What's up with those?
That's me.
I think Jim wants a set of the new swing arms.
Yeah, you need to tell us about these new swing arms.
Yeah. Do you want me to do it now, or we want to wait until after we spin it here?
Oh, you can go ahead and tell us, Will. You can spin anytime you're ready, buddy.
So we'll have to, after this, we'll have to pull up a picture and show it. But they are brand new. We had the first 5 sets have just arrived, and 3 of them are already gone. So I've got 10 more on the way. But they are a brand new geometry. They're more similar to our tubular arms in terms of geometry, but they have an expanded balance range. So you get a couple more points for heavier pilots, like hang points further forward for heavier pilots. And then you have a couple more further back for the lighter guys as well. So it kind of helps to cover us with all of our different engine options that we have on these paramotors. Also, they look really good. I mean, they are just spot on. They are black anodized, and then they machine it after the anodization. So it has the logo, and it's black and silver, so a nice two-tone look to it.
Congratulations.
Looks like we got a winner. Chris
Congratulations, Chris Altmeyer.
Yay.
What would you like for your free gift? Please post that in the super chat so we know what you want. Excellent. Congratulations. All right.
Mr. Dana just joined us. What's up, Dana?
Welcome.
Dana in the house. I'm looking at the wheel and I see, hi, Dewey's. I have to say hi. Hi, Dewey.
Also, too, guys, if
Gotta say hi to my girl.
if you got something from us and you haven't received it, please text me 501-747-3558. Please do not let months go by before you call me or text me and say, hey, I won something a couple months ago and I never got it. You didn't get it in a week or two, please text me. We're going through different different webs. We're doing different ways of getting our orders in and out. And we're going to be doing one more big one in a couple of months where we're redesigning all of our websites to flow a little bit more. So on that note, from now on, we are going to be giving away a bunch of stuff, high dollar stuff, but you need a raffle ticket. So all you got to do is send a self-addressed stamped envelope. We'll send you out some stickers and fun stuff and raffle tickets. So that way, no matter where you are, you can watch this live, watch this Memorex, and you're still going to be in the spinning wheel.
They said he wanted another chase cam.
What's that?
Chase cam. Chris said he'd take a chase cam, I believe.
Oh, excellent.
Do we want to do the thumbnail right now while we're?
That would be excellent. Let's do the thumbnail. Will, are you good to do a thumbnail?
Yep.
My glasses off.
Oh, glasses on for me. Where's my glasses? Oh,
yeah, I was looking at the wrong screen. I still saw the glasses.
All right, 1, 2, 3. There we go. We got her.
Excellent.
Got her done.
Excellent. It's
It's
always fun to go. It's always fun to go back through like time hop and seeing these. It's like, man, has it really been a year? Has it been 2? Has it been 3? I mean, we're on our 4th year of doing this. I cannot see us stopping anytime soon. So forever until the day I die, and then beyond, because I'll move this on to somebody else, and then we'll continue forever, never, never. Anyway, today we are talking with Bryant Hummer. We got a couple of winners, so congratulations, Bonnie and Chris. We're going to be spinning the wheel again in about half an hour or less. Bryant is our importer for Kangook America. He has a lot of fun things that we're talking about. So here we are in part 2 of PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast with Bryant Hummer. All right, buddy. So we talked about the swing arms, right?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. So, yep, right there, the top left one, those are the new Cobra arms is what we're calling them. So there's different options on the way to balance them. There's the shackle method there. And if you scoot some of the pictures, there's Yeah, you see the bottom one. So that's a little like slider piece, and it uses that APCO strap. So that's like that infinitely adjustable type setup. So you can put it wherever you want. We have the little marks in there for reference, but the one up above, you can put in either of those holes. So you've got those top holes or lower holes. You can put them in either location. And like I said, there's a bigger balance range than we had on the previous CNC arms. So it's really nice. So you can get the really small guys, really big guys. Everybody can fly these, and they're just good looking. I mean, they're pretty sharp looking arms.
Yeah. What kind of offsets or what do you have on your paramotor for torque?
That is a good question. It's actually in that photo at the very bottom left hand. You see it's a spacer. Yeah, right there. So the beauty of this is, we talked about switching engines earlier. So let's say you have a Plini, maybe a 130, and that's, wait, I'm thinking that backwards, but let's, never mind that one. But if you have like a belt reduction and then you go to a gear reduction or vice versa, your torque is going to spin you a different way. So these can be rearranged on your frame so you can rearrange your swing arms for the torque. So yeah, they're very effective.
So you could go from an Atom 80 to a Moster. You could swap them out.
Yeah, if you had like that plate style engine mount setup, you could go with that. And then all you got to do is swap the location of the bigger spacer and then put the smaller spacer, swap them, and you're good to go, 100%.
Cool.
So you just you just do the reselling on the Kangook paramotors. Do you do any wings or anything like that?
So we import the ITV wings as well as Soul wings.
Do those wings on the connection point have the two different connections where you can adjust your torque by just adjusting?
It's just the one.
Is it just one? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the Soul, we've really been liking them. Their harnesses are great, and we've been using them on some test motors. So I would expect to see more of that a little bit later this year, maybe 3 months from now. Their prices on reserves are just killer. And then the Soul Flexes, it's a great beginner wing. We've been using it at our school. It's not too heavy, it's not too light, it's very forgiving. And you get free custom colors, which is pretty cool.
What's killer, did you say?
The Soul Flexus too, right here. It's a great beginner wing. So if you're brand new, or you're looking for like a school wing, if you're an instructor, this is what we're currently using. And we've had a lot of success with it. The students are having easy inflations, easy takeoffs, easy landings. The price is right. The retail on that's $3,300. A lot of stuff's gone up quite a bit this year. The new McParas and Ozones, they crept up there to 36, 3,800. So seeing something brand new at 3,300 with free custom colors, I think is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty interesting. Definitely need to check it out. Is it on your website, or do we have to go someplace to find those?
Yep, it's on the website. If you go under the wings section, there's either the first or second one is Soul Wings.
Kangook America?
Kangook America, yeah. KangookAmerica.com, and then down on the wings section.
That's normally a $300 option. So
yeah.
That's a good. What's the extra wait time for custom colors?
So the last ones we brought in were about a month and a half. So not terrible, but there is a little bit of a wait for it.
Sure.
So question 2, do you guys just sell the frames, just the frame itself, or is that something?
That is a good question. So we sell everything. We have engines. Typically, our normal customer is buying a full setup. The two most popular are either the Amarok for the foot launch guys or the Classic for either schools or guys looking to trike and foot launch, or maybe just trike. But we can do frames. So we have been doing quite a few frame swaps. So let's say you have, I'm not going to pick on any brands, but let's say you have an older paramotor. You might have bought it used, 2 or 3 guys have learned to fly on this thing. You can get into a new frame. Chances are your harness is going to work. All you need is our swing arms and the frame, and you can be in a whole brand new setup.
Okay, yeah, because when I remember when I first started getting interested in paramotor, and I think I pulled up, I don't know if it was your website or if it was just on eBay or somewhere. I seen a frame option, just the frame itself. I was trying to, not knowing anything about paramotors, I was trying to piece together the cost of what it would cost
Yeah.
if I bought everything separate. So, and I think I remember seeing the Kangook, if I said that
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Got a
And there's
question.
definitely a. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I got a question on the trikes, because you were saying it's probably better to buy from the dealers, but on the trikes, is it better to get from the Kangook America site? Because if you go to a dealer, it's a higher price. I'm just wondering, or does Kangook America ship from the U.S. or is it coming from somewhere else?
So we are in the U.S. We are in Kansas. So right across from me, I've got 8 boxed up, ready to go. So if you're ordering, whether you're ordering from me or from a dealer, it'll all come from me. The dealer pricing should all be the same. So I'm not sure where they're looking. I know there's one holdout that might be a little bit higher, but yeah, if you have a local dealer you want to support, I'm 100% backing them up. You know, if you want to come to me, I'm happy to talk to you about it. I can do it straight from the site if you like. Either way, it'll be free shipping for the month of January, whether it's through a dealer or through me.
Wow, that's
Cool.
pretty good. Free shipping. Can't
I
beat free shipping.
I really
right?
been thinking about getting a trike just because that paramotor's heavy and I'm getting older and I need to be able to, whether I want a foot launch or a trike, I want to be able to just throw it on there and go, and then take it back off and then foot launch.
Yeah. You know, what's really cool is we even have a ski option for, guys like Jim that live, way up north there. So you can throw skis on these guys and, go take off in the snow and go have fun that way as well. I saw Fly Guy Alberta posted something in some pretty thick snow. It looked really good. He's crazy. It's cold.
Much colder when you're going that fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like to go much below freezing. It gets rough after that.
Yeah, that's what my dog said. It gets rough. So tell us a little bit about your school. Where do we go to sign up? How much? How many instructors? Where is it located? Just give us the
general stuff.
Yeah.
So we are in Wichita, Kansas. So we pull students from all around Kansas, a little bit in northern Oklahoma. We only operate in the evenings and the weekends because I do work with aircraft during the day. So, it's kind of a rolling schedule. We have a big chat. You jump in when you want. We have 2 kiting instructors and then myself. I do like the ground school and all of the flying instruction and, pre-flight balance, hang tests, all that jazz. We try to keep it pretty affordable. Last year we were $1,750 per student. I think we're going to do that again this year. I haven't 100% decided, but I'm pretty sure we're going to go with $1,750 again per student.
Price. Good price.
Yeah, we try to keep it affordable.
Including the equipment.
So that's something that we have done away with. We did offer equipment, but we have stopped doing that for a variety of different issues. It just became a logistical headache. And then we had some problems where it felt like a lot of guys would come for a couple of days and then they would disappear for 3 months. And we were starting at basics over and over and over again. So we're hoping we can get guys that are a little bit more invested, where they'll do the training, they'll get it knocked out in a reasonable amount of time. Because we don't like to put a time limit on it. If you're, we've had guys, they'll come to learn with us, they get stationed over, overseas for, military duty. And when they come back, I want them to come back and feel welcome and spend time with us, kind of work on those skills before they go up again, things like that. So we just found that, it was a little bit more of a headache than it was worth for the size of our school. We're pretty small since we're just the evenings and the weekends. We're not a destination school. You're not going to take a week off of work and try to knock it out with us. It's just not going to line up with the schedules and the way the winds are out here. We probably get 2 to 3 flyable days a week.
You get no-win launches very often?
The way it is we'll get wind all day. It'll be 30-mile-an-hour wind all day. but that last half hour, it's just nothing. You know,
Really?
it'll, yeah. So it's probably a 50-50.
I never trust a skinny chef. Shane joined us.
But if you guys are in the Wichita area, anybody out there listening, and you want to learn more about us, we're at aircapitalppg.com. So you can find me there, or aircapitalppg@gmail.com. If you just want to chat paramotors, that's always fun. You can hit me up there.
I noticed on your website you had several wings that you are a dealer for. Which one or ones would you recommend for a first-time pilot? Sounds like you really like the Flexus. Are there any others that really top the list?
Yeah, there's a lot of great wings out there. So the Flexus, that's a good one. The BGD Magic Motor, I'm a fan of that wing. That's a good beginner wing. The McPara Charger, I like that wing as well. Let's see, what is it? The Dudek Universal, that's very similar, I feel like, to the McPara Charger. That's another good option. So lots of good choices out there. The wing guys, I mean, they're all these wing manufacturers, they just do such a great job these days. It's amazing that we can pull something out of a sack, strap it into our motor and then go fly these things.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that right? Every time I land, I get that same feeling. It's like, these guys are taxiing in and they got to park, and I just throw mine in the back seat and boom.
Yeah. I've got a little Cessna 150, and if I want to be, wheels up at noon, I need to be out there, putting fuel in it, 30 minutes ahead of time minimum to make the wheels up time. Here, I can have this thing up in there, give it a quick look over. Still got gas in it. I'm good. 5 minutes you're in the air.
On the note of motors for Kangook, do you have any 4-stroke or electric options in the pipeline?
In the pipeline. So for 4-stroke, we can do anything. The factory, they are so awesome. If you have some weird, obscure thing that you want, all we have to do is send it to them, and they'll make the frame to fit it. So if you've got
Harbor Freight generator motor,
they might look at you funny on that one.
I'm like, this guy's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, like he's gonna hurt himself. We gotta not do this.
I did see this the other day.
But we've had several requests from older engines that they don't even make anymore, and we can have it made if needed. 4-stroke, I know they have that baby 4-stroke. I don't believe we have engine mounts for it presently. We do have something really cool on the classic models where they have the generic engine mounting. We have a generic plate where you can actually mount it in and make your own bolt pattern for your engine. So it's just the flat aluminum plate, and then you put the frame down, center the engine, make sure your prop sweep is centered, and then you can actually mount your own custom engine to it.
Well, I did see the other day a used Kangook come up for sale. It was on a trike and it had the Aero 1000 on it.
Oh yeah.
So it definitely can put the 4-cylinder on there.
Yeah.
Or I mean 4-stroke. Yeah. Sorry.
The electric will be pretty neat. We haven't found anything yet that makes sense. We did reach out to Open PPG, but in my opinion, I just don't think the economics are there yet. But as soon as we have a good option, we intend to put one on a trike, or sorry, on a frame. Maybe a trike would be a good platform for that because all the weight of the batteries.
Yeah, that doesn't get lighter while you fly. That's good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any other questions in the super chat or from the panel?
Did the question that Tony asked about the Cosmos fitting on it, I guess that's covered because we know that it'll handle pretty much any engine. But do you have you fitted Cosmos to the Kangook?
So the Cosmos will fit on the Evo trike. We don't have anything foot launch for the Cosmos. I mean, that's some crazy mission. You need that much power. Well, I will point out you could get Polini mounts and any of the Plinis, they have the exact same mounting, so you can put any of the Plinis on a Plini foot launch unit. But the Cosmos, one of the issues with them is last time I checked with eProps, they don't have any props for them yet. I don't know if that's changed. Helix, they have Helix props for them, but I think the smallest we could get was, I believe, 140 centimeters. So you really want that bigger, trike to be able to use all that power. It kind of seems like a waste to put like 130 centimeter prop on a 300 cc engine.
Get one of those fancy 6-blade ones. That'll work.
Oh man, that'll cost more than the engine.
I think that's too much prop to replace if you had a failure or you screwed up.
It is impressive looking though, 6 blades.
Yeah, it is. I always thought it was like a Photoshop when I first saw one. I was like, is that real? But okay, it is.
I haven't seen any of those in person. I wonder how thick the hub is there. Are they using bolts that are a mile long, or?
I was thinking the same thing. I got a 3-blade and I got to use bolts this darn long. I can't imagine having, 6, but that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the thought,
I'm just envisioning, 3 on a 3.
Yep. Maybe you need a quick release hub if you're going to be doing something like that. All right, guys, it is rolling on 8 o'clock. Last call for questions in the super chat. Last calls for questions from the panel. Anything out there?
I think we got it.
And if not, well, let's go ahead and once again explain what we're going to be doing from now on. Instead of doing the spinning wheel of winning things, we're going to try to do something different for the next couple months. Using our Run Into the Sky org, we're going to be giving away stuff. So we want to start using our web address, not our web address, our actual mailing address. So in the super chat, let me go ahead and paste our address here for Run Into the Sky. So what we want to do is if you could send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Run Into the Sky, 3820 Dave Ward Drive, STE 1900, number 111 in Conway, Arkansas, 72034. It is in there. It's also down below. What we're going to do is we're going to send out raffle tickets, and we're going to be giving away nice big prizes. So we need a way of doing it to where everybody's happy. It's like we try to do the spinning wheel. We try to do the ask questions, and it always seems like, people are saying it's rigged, it's rigged, it's rigged. Well, it can't be rigged if you send a self-addressed stamped envelope. We're going to put in one of these things on a return with a bunch of stickers and cool things to you. And then when we draw, we will draw those numbers, and you don't have to be present to win. We'll just send you out stuff because we got the self-addressed stamped envelope. We also have, 30 people watching and 13 thumbs up. How many thumbs up do we got on this? 21 thumbs up and 33 people watching. So
yeah,
any thumbs up is amazing. It definitely helps us out. We definitely appreciate you. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and say goodbye, but you don't need to leave, to our guest. So Bryant Hummer, thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. We definitely appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been fun. So thanks for having me. I enjoy talking about it. And any of you guys out there interested in learning more, remember it's kangookamerica.com. We have stock here in the USA, spares, parts, so you don't have to wait forever if you ever have an issue. Come look us up. I'd love to chat with you about it.
And all of Bryant's information is down below, so you'll be able to find his links. And your email address is kangookamerica@gmail.com. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, so that's the one that you're going to have to send your name and mailing address to, because now we're going to spin the wheel twice, get 2 of those 3 hats out. And what we'll do, Brian, if you want to, if you send me that third one we'll give it away in the future sometime. That way,
Yeah,
we
for
can
sure.
keep you as an official sponsor of the show too by having the hat here.
Yeah, for sure. I'll send it out to you.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Here's our spinny wheel of winning things. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you tag Will Fly and say that you are here. Because Bryant is going to be sending this out. Walter can win.
Oh yeah, he came close.
Yeah, he did.
Times ago, man.
That'll be my luck.
Excellent. So,
All right, ready?
spin when you're ready, sir. Spin when you're ready. We got Skinny, Never Trust Skinny Chef Shane in the house too. Hot Butter Steve, he just jumped on. All right, good. Got James and Nicole. Bill Martin. Eric
Yes, in the
Owens.
house.
Excellent. A-Lines. Oh, I like that. Somebody's name is A-Lines. Good for you. I'd never even thought of something like that. Who's this going to be? Bill H again? Wiggy Wing?
Well, Bill H wanted a hat, so he might be getting one, looks like.
Yeah. Right on, Bill H.
I use reverse psychology to win stuff. So I said I didn't want to win a smoke system, and I won.
Bill H, hit the pom-pom.
Bill H.
I got 555. I got you here. Wiggy Wing says the wheel of fortune. All right, so I'm going to choose Wiggy Wing for the winner.
I know, so close. Is there
Yes,
a
it
way
was.
of randomizing the names in there? Because I don't know, it always seems like the same
Sure
people
is.
win.
You ready?
Shuffle?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
shuffle.
go ahead and shuffle. Yeah, there we go. All right, there we go.
You ready?
Absolutely.
Go.
Round and round and round she goes on a Kangook paramotor. Where she stops, nobody knows, but it's probably going to be someone that wins all the time.
Probably gonna be Bill H.
If it's rigged, somebody definitely knows.
Hey, maybe Walter, you never know.
No, it's gonna be. I
Milstead,
don't know. I think it's gonna be Matt
Sloper.
Sloper.
It looks like it's Mad Sloper.
There you go.
Excellent.
Right on, Matt Sloper.
Hey.
Congrats, dude.
Congratulations.
Okay, so you guys just won a hat. So Bill H and Mad Sloper, please email kangookamerica@gmail.com, and Bryant will send that out to you as quickly as possible.
Yep, I'll get it out tomorrow.
Next week, or maybe the next week, we'll also have that other hat. So that will be in this, the raffle. That sounds good. And any other questions or statements or anything before we move on to the after show? What an excellent podcast, Bryant Hummer.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Bryant.
Importer
thanks for
for
having me.
Kangook America, runs his own school. And what's the school URL?
It's aircapitalppg.com.
Excellent. So if you're in the Kansas City area?
Wichita,
Kansas area. Make sure you get up with him if you want to learn how to fly. Excellent. Well,
There you go.
I
on
would say
that,
Bryant's website keeps asking me for a promo code, but I think free shipping's good enough for now. Maybe after January, then we can figure out a promo code.
there you go.
we're hoping to do something each month of the year to kind of keep this going. So free shipping
shipping's a
on
good
the
one.
basics in January. We're talking about it's going to come up in February, but we're not sure what we want to do yet. But we've got a lot of good ideas out there.
Cool.
Well, if you make a promo code, make it PPG Grandpa,
Okay.
and we will send people your way.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So far, I'm worth 10% up in Canada. We'll see what Brian has.
10.25%.
Woohoo! All right. So,
Yeah, Brian,
once
thanks
again,
for
Brian,
joining us tonight.
absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thank
me.
you.
And I'd also like to say thank you for Jim up in Canada with his maple syrup smelling money. He helps us out by making these wonderful calendars. Made some last year, made some this year. I'm also signing mine, so if you order from me, you will get a signed copy. I told Jim, you didn't sign your copy on the back.
I started signing them, just so you know.
His hand got cramped.
500 calendars, like I can't do it no more.
Sean, you're signing in my area.
No, my area is PPG Grandpa here.
Well, where do you expect me to sign? That's where I sign.
Well, he's got the QR code. That's a smart. I think next year I'm going to have to QR code mine too.
Need to get that scratch and sniff technology on the calendar so it smells like maple syrup for us.
That's what you forgot to do. Maple syrup smelling calendars. That'd be freaking awesome. Once again, guys, if you want to be in the raffle this next Monday, please make sure you use the address down below. Run Into the Sky is the new nonprofit organization that we are putting together. Resurgence PPG is great as far as getting people, disabled vets, trained, but no equipment afterwards. So we're stepping in and we're helping disabled veterans get good quality gear after quality training. And thank you, Resurgence PPG. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Project Airtime, Wounded Warriors, and all the wonderful people out there that have put together nonprofits to help people out there. So nonprofit organizations are amazing. Shout out to everybody that does such a thing. We are now going to be officially in the after show. So our after show here, we actually want to talk a little bit about Run Into the Sky, our nonprofit. So this can kind of be where you guys can kind of understand where we're coming from and what we're doing and how we're doing this. We signed the articles of incorporation, and they are sent to state to get approved. After that, we're going to get our EIN number, and we're going to get accounts made so you guys could donate if you want to. And we need to get our tax exempt from the IRS, which usually takes about 90 days. So probably not much is going to be going on as far as, anything that we can do within the first 90 days. But after that, man, we're just going to be out there, man. We're going to be finding these machines. Maybe Avery can make some really cool, $2,000 machines for our really light pilots.
They'd have to be really small,
which would be really awesome.
I was going to say that's Avery Flies, right? The one that flew the Chinese paramotor that wouldn't lift my shoe. I don't know how he got in the air with that thing.
Lots of running. I actually flew it last weekend. It still works.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah, I definitely want to fly one of those eventually. I wonder if it could lift up a 250-pound grandpa.
It has been used in a different frame for a tandem flight of two relatively small people. I think a total all-up weight of around 350 pounds, including the motor, with a tandem wing at a beach down at sea level. But it worked.
Wow.
If you look up a company called, I think it was RB Paramotors, their version that uses the same engine is called the Mini Mote, M-O-T, and they tandem on it, which is insane.
That is insane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Insane. Absolutely crazy insane. Well, one of the things I would like to do, especially since we have so many people watching, we got still about 30 people watching, about 25 likes. Definitely thumbs up if you like us. I know that we're not pretty, but we're trying our best to look as pretty as we can. So Will is our financial officer guy that's going to be taking care of everything. One of the things that we're looking at right now is a good mission statement. So we came up with a bunch of stuff. We've been bouncing things around left and right. Will, what do you think? Is that something that we could talk about on the air and maybe vote? Maybe have people vote on which one they like?
Sure.
Or do you want to keep all that private, or what would you like to do, Will?
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, if we probably should simplify it because I think we've got it down to what, 7 now?
I think so. So
We can get it down a little bit.
Bryant, obviously you can hang with us if you want to. You can leave if you need to. Anybody can, leave if they need to. Obviously, please stay if you want. We're probably just going to be chatting for another 45 minutes or so about.
No, honestly, I'd love to stay. I'm interested in what you guys have going on, and I'm curious if I could help in some way.
Absolutely. Matter of fact,
Sure.
I got your number before the show, so I'll be texting you, and I'll let you know some more in-depth detail things that we're going to be doing and stuff like that. So I'll be chatting with you if that's fine.
Yeah, I'd love to help.
Avery, you put a link in here. Yeah.
Oh, that's just a video of a guy flying that really small motor tandem.
Let me go ahead and copy that and put that in the super chat so people can look at that. I don't know if you guys can put links in the super chat. So let me go ahead and open up a browser real quick. Do you have, Will, those mission statements, or do you want me to put it up real quick?
I do. But Angela says that Mad Sloper requested that we spin again.
Why is that?
I guess he's just donating back to the show. Give someone an opportunity to win. I don't know.
That's okay, Matt Sloper. Thank you. That's awesome.
That's nice.
So
Thank you,
what we
Mad
will
Sloper.
do is we will take Mad Sloper's hat and the other hat that Bryant's going to send me, and we'll be able to send those off. That way it'll save you some money, Bryant, as far as sending things out. Is that cool? Is Bryant still here? Am I missing somebody?
No, he's here. He's on mute.
Sorry, I was catching up on the chat on the YouTube.
I know. I keep on looking back here. There's so much stuff going on. It's hard to see that. So, all right. Let me go ahead and once again, I thank you guys for still watching. If you're listening to this, you can always go over to iflyparamotors.com. We're also going to be putting it on runintothesky.org. Matter of fact, here's something for you guys. If you haven't done so already, go to runintothesky.org and sign up for a free account. And we'll be sending out information. We're going to be putting a whole bunch of wings and paramotors, throttles, hunter strobes, all that fun stuff on there. And anything bought on runintothesky.org, all the proceeds go to charity. Everything. Nobody keeps anything at all. So there's something for you for the future. All right, guys. My stuff is running slow. Don't know why. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find that.
Mine too. I'm gonna let y'all run. Have a good night. Good meeting you, Bryant. And maybe I'll order one of those trikes in the future. Maybe.
Yeah, let me know.
I'm thinking about it. All right.
There's Scuba.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you, Scuba Steve. Have a good one, buddy. All right, so real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this up. This is in the description right now for this show. So it says "Run into the Sky." Here's the information as far as our address. So please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to this address, and we'll get you in the raffle. Every time I hear raffle, I think of the Big Bang Theory when they go waffle. Did somebody say waffle?
I think we're still live. I didn't know.
We are live. Yes, we are.
Okay.
I definitely want people to know what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
And what we're up to. Of course, over the next 3 months, things. The runintothesky.org is going to be worked on a lot. It's just basic right now, where you can make an account. And I am looking for what was I going to show here? Oh yeah. Our articles of no, not articles. The mission statements. There we go. All right.
I've got one, but I don't know if you want me to show it or.
I got all 7 that you posted here. Do you want me to just put those in the super chat?
It's fine
So
with
people can
me.
watch. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. So it's gonna be a lot. I don't know if they'll even let me do it or not. Hopefully they'll let me do it. If not, we'll be posting up here in just a second. How many people we still have, and how many thumbs up do we got?
21 watching, 28 thumbs up.
And I must need to refresh.
All right.
That sounded funny.
It did, didn't it?
Excuse me, I have to go to the powder room.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
2000. No, I can't post it to say nope. We can't post it.
I'm gonna post. I can post it, and you can. And then, well, I mean, we could either screen share it or whatever.
Yeah, we can screen share it. The only thing I have it on the messenger, and I really don't want to put my messenger up there.
All right, I'll
I was saying no to the powder room comment that Lindy said.
All right, so Will Fly is going to come
man,
with
here.
7
Who
different
says
mission
that? Oh my
statements
God.
that we
Refresh
are
the
trying
refresh
to
button
decide
on the computer.
And he's going to put it up there where everybody can take a look.
Okay.
Avery, is this a different one that you posted?
Yeah, it's a video of the takeoff. He uses it a lot for slope soaring, but that's a takeoff tandem flight with a little RC airplane engine powered paramotor.
All right.
They run a lot.
Interesting. So what I'll do is I will add that link down here too. To the small paramotor. All
Yeah, it's the
right.
first time I've heard about that. I mean, I've seen the concepts, but I didn't know someone was
Yeah.
actually flying them.
That's the same engine that my machine has, but of course I ordered mine straight from China. So it's actually I think
China
it's a
makes
little,
everything in the United States anyways. You know.
I know. The one
While-
that's shown there is a titanium frame, but it's the same motor, same power plant.
Can you share that real quick, or Josh shared, or Avery share the
I'll
video while
drop it in the
Will
chat.
is
I got
getting our mission statements up? And once again, guys, we definitely appreciate you being with us. I mean, our 4th year here, so we're trying to do different things. We're trying to make our gifts process a lot easier. We're trying to make the websites a lot easier to navigate. So this year we'll see a lot of different things. All right. So right now we are watching
Like a baby paramotor.
What are we watching, Avery?
Yeah. So that's the same engine and propeller that's on my little Chinese paramotor. And it's
tandem?
2 guys foot launching tandem. Yeah. I mean, you can tell they're both relatively small. And
Running
this
hardcore.
frame is titanium, mine's aluminum. So they're saving about 2 or 3 pounds, but really goes to show you that wing efficiency is what's the deciding factor there, because that little motor makes, if he's at sea level, exactly 100 pounds of thrust. And there's a mountain back there, so it doesn't look like he's at sea level.
Seems a little bit ironic that the passenger is wearing a Minari shirt.
They had to run a lot, but there they go.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is interesting.
Well,
So, yeah,
That's
I don't
too
even
much.
know if I would want to do that with even my 135.
Yeah.
That,
CC motor.
that already looked like too much running for me.
So
Like on the ground. Done.
curious, do you know what the Atom 80 thrust is, and what's the difference between the Atom 80 thrust and?
Yeah, I actually I do have a table of comparison when I was doing all that. Hold on, let me look it up.
I'm glad I have smart people as friends. So I'm learning a lot.
That's one of the reasons why I started the podcast, is because I knew that I was not very smart.
Yeah.
I'm still not very smart. I know a
Adam-
lot, but I
Yes.
don't know everything. So one of the things that I wanted to do was to bring on, people that know more than me, because I like to learn, no matter what I do, I will never be the best. I will always be a student for the rest of my life. Even though I'm an old grandpa, I'm always a student.
Looks like a short flight too. It must not hold that much gas.
Yeah, it's about 1 gallon, and the fuel consumption is the same as a Moster because it has to run basically full tilt. It's a 170 cc engine. It's not a small engine. It just isn't geared down, so it's
more power than
inefficient. The Atom 80 does 55 kilos of thrust, and this little thing does about 38 or 40 kilos of thrust.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a 32-inch propeller.
So it's just still a little under what Atom 80 does?
Yeah, and it's because it's not doesn't have a reduction, no belt or gear drive on it. So if somebody out there wants to make a belt reduction for this, you'd be looking at something in between Atom 80 and Moster 185 levels of power on like 120, 115 centimeter prop.
That's crazy. And a motor that's not going to break the bank.
Yeah. The engine itself is under $2,000.
That is awesome.
Wow. That's good.
How you doing, buddy?
Who?
Will Fly. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, Will Fly. Yeah. He's here.
Wait, I'm not
typing another name in the wheel there. All right, so we're gonna share that. We got that, and
Will Fly, he's thinking of that ice cream he's gonna eat later.
yeah. So can you see that?
Yeah, we can see it pretty well. So guys, this is what we've been trying to figure out is a good mission statement for Run Into the Sky, the nonprofit that's supposed to help disabled veterans not only learn to fly, but also get gear after they go to training. So if you guys can see this on the screen, which I'm looking on
my phone, but
now, and it looks like we can see it. So it's numbered 1 through 7. Take a look at them. Which one do you like the best? And post in the super chat which one you like. If you're looking at this after the fact and we're not live anymore, add a comment and let us know in the comment which one you like. And also too, why not? If you think that you can tweak it to make it even better, we are definitely open for everything. So we are a legal entity. Like I said, we're just waiting on our EIN number. We're waiting on the letter from the IRS to say that we are tax exempt.
That just doesn't sound right, waiting on a letter from the IRS.
I thought I saw the news flash on the TV this morning, something about they're trying to defund the IRS now. I don't know. I just saw a little pop up on the news thing when I was watching the weather.
What about the IRS? What'd you say?
I've seen something on the news. I don't watch the news much other than the weather. And then it was just kind of popped up as one of the news headlines, like defund the IRS. I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't think the IRS will ever be defunded.
No, I was like, I don't know if that's going to happen or if it's just a blooper on the news.
And just so you guys know, real quick, because JP Tulo said something about competing, nonprofits don't compete. We get together and we try to help each other. So while Resurgence PPG helps disabled veterans get training, it's not in their budget to help them get gear. So we're stepping in to help disabled veterans that gone through training to get gear. So we don't do this number, we're doing this number.
Do that again. What was that?
So we're not bumping heads or bumping fists, we're shaking hands and
cooperating. Okay. I like it.
So so one of the really cool things about nonprofits is that they get together with other nonprofits to help other nonprofits. So there's a lot of handshaking because there's no profit involved, so we're not trying to compete. There's no competing when it comes to nonprofit. It's just helping other ones. including Project Airtime, you know, so Project Airtime's out there, Resurgence PPG, and hopefully Run Into the Sky will be another way of helping disabled veterans. I mean, you know, I'm a disabled veteran. I tried to go through Resurgence when I needed to go to training. Unfortunately, you know, it's a huge long line, and I was lucky enough to find somebody that taught me at a really good discounted price, or a good rate, a good price for me. So
Yeah, it's working together, you know, it's not competing against one another. It's working
it
together.
is. Yeah, it is. And also too, you know, the reason why I want to give back starting this nonprofit is because when I first got into it, I mean, everybody wanted to help. You know, everybody helps in this. I mean, this is just an amazing, you know, amazing community where everybody wants to help each other.
Hey guys, I hate to go. I got to get out of here. My dogs are starving for attention. They're just bugging.
I thought you were going to say your dogs are barking, but you're sitting down. But I understand.
Yeah. I'll see you next Monday, fellas.
All right, guys.
Good show. Thanks, Bryant.
See you, Mike.
Yeah, it's nice meeting you.
It's nice, very nice to meet you, and I'll check for you next year in EFD.
Yeah, for sure. Look me up.
Yeah.
We should have a booth out there next year.
Cool.
I see a lot of 3 and 4s.
So what is the purpose of a mission statement? What purpose does it serve?
A mission statement is usually that quick synopsis. It's that you're in the elevator and somebody says, "Oh, I see that you have a shirt that says Resurgence PPG, Project Airtime, Wounded Warriors, Run Into the Sky," whatever the case is. And somebody says, "What is that about?" Well, the mission statement is a quick way of letting someone know what you want to do, you know, in a quick elevator scenario. Here's a minute of my time. This is what it is. And if they're interested, then you can talk to them about the vision statement. The vision statement is a little bit longer and goes into a little bit more in depth of what we're doing. So the mission statement is a good way of just kind of getting that what we're doing to someone that asks, you know.
Bonnie Franz likes 3 and 4.
Yep. Here in the chat, it says 3 and 4 also. Wait a minute. I feel like 3 and 4 are the same. Are 3 and 4 the same?
No, but they're very similar.
Yeah, we've got it down to this point. I mean, we.
Oh wait, no, I think they are actually the same.
I'm pretty sure they're exactly the same.
Are they? They look like they are. Now that I see it.
They are the same.
Oh,
okay. Well,
They are.
So
it's a really good one.
Yeah, it must have been the one I wanted.
Yeah,
yeah. Nope.
All right. So, Will, do you want to read number 1?
Yeah, so number one is we aim to empower veterans with physical disabilities to reclaim their sense of freedom and independence while also promoting physical and mental well-being by providing training and adaptive equipment needed to allow them to have the experience and joy of flight through the aviation sport of ultralights called powered paragliding.
Yeah, one of the things that, you know, a lot of veterans unfortunately deal with is PTSD and stuff like that. Other disabilities, of course, you know, physical disabilities and mental issues that come up when we are in the military. One of the things that I found after, I mean, I was in the military back in the 80s and 90s, and one of the things that I just got and understand are paramotors. And when I'm flying, nothing matters in the world. All my debt, all the issues going on, drama in the world, news, everything gone. I don't think about anything, and I'm happy, smiling from ear to ear. It's just the most amazing thing out there. I've heard this from every pilot that's out there. And I was thinking, you know, with Resurgence PPG helping people, you know, this is an amazing sport to be in for veterans that have issues. Number 2 says we strive to support our disabled veterans and children by providing training and adaptive equipment needing to allow them to have the experience, the joy, and freedom of flight, the sport of ultralights called paragliding. Because of this, I've also found people that do a lot of welding, and they are doing adaptive equipment. So we'll be able to hire people to make adaptive equipment for people that right now may not be able to go fly. You know, if you're missing a hand, unfortunately, that's pretty hard to steer when we're talking about paramotors. You know, if we're missing a leg, it's hard to steer a trike. So there's a lot of adaptive ways of making this to where disabled veterans, once they go through training, we can make adaptive equipment so they can fly, which is awesome. Let's see, number 3. Does anybody want to read number 3?
No, but I got one thing. I gotta head out. 3 a.m. early.
All right, Josh. Well, thank you very much for everything you do. Thank you for showing the videos on the side. And I guess we need to get you a good card in the future that allows you to do that.
Oh, yeah, man, I'll get me one here soon. So no worries on that. But yeah, 3 a.m. truck. But got to work to pay for this habit.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Well, have a good one, buddy.
Hey.
Good to see you, Josh.
All right, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Nice meeting you.
Anybody want to read number 3?
Jim does.
Jim
I can
does.
just
Okay.
tell. I can tell.
What do you say?
3,
Yeah. 3.
Yeah.
to help disabled veterans rediscover their sense of purpose and reach new heights, both literally and figuratively. We are dedicated to providing our veterans with the highest quality gear and support, and to helping them overcome the physical and mental challenges they may face. Our ultimate goal is to give disabled veterans the tools and the support they need to achieve their dream of flight, and to help them reintegrate into their communities as active contributing members.
And if you guys don't know, one of the things that I've learned as we've gone through our attorneys to create this nonprofit organization is that nonprofit organizations hire about 10% of the population, which is even more than retail. So nonprofit organizations hire a lot of people, keeps a lot of people with a job. So I think that nonprofits are amazing, amazing entities. Number 5, obviously we skipped 4 because of the same 5. It's about helping disabled veterans with physical limitations. We will create adaptive flying machines called paramotors and teach them how to fly. This should help with PTSD and other mental challenges, along with people who have challenging physical restraints. As we are coming up with these different mission statements, it seems like every mission statement that we come up with is good, but it needs to be integrated with something else. So far, number 3, I think, really hits the nail on the head. Let's go ahead and read number 6. To empower disabled veterans with physical limitations to overcome challenges and achieve new heights through therapeutic and empowering experience of flying with adaptive paramotors. Can you imagine getting out of the military? Your life is thrown upside down and you hear about paramotors. You go to class because Resurgence PPG is able to get you out there. They get you room and board, they get you training, and they get you a travel also. So everything's taken care of. You go there, you train, you learn to fly. It's the most wonderful experience you've ever had. And now you need gear. Where's the gear coming from? Once again, Resurgence is amazing. And Todd is amazing with what he's been doing. I think that he started it back in 2017. And really hope that this Run Into the Sky will help, like I said, partner with Resurgence PPG and help disabled veterans get gear that they need, either free or cheap. I know a lot of people, unfortunately, because of the pandemic, their credit kind of crapped out on them. So maybe we'll be able to help them get the gear that they want, but allow them to go through payments through us or something like that. I don't know how that's going to work, but I want everybody to be able to get these flying machines once they go through school. Number 7, we empower veterans with physical disabilities to reclaim their sense of well-being and independence by providing the training and equipment needed so they can experience the freedom and joy of flight through powered paragliding.
Wiggy Wing and Walter and Bonnie voted on that one.
On which one? 7?
7.
Okay. So we got what, 3 and 7? Anybody have anything else? Or is there a mixed match that they want to mix some of these and create a good mission statement? Obviously, you can do so. If you want to, you can always email Run Into the Sky by going to and email us at admin@runintothesky.org. And anything that you send to admin@runintothesky.org, we'll be able to see. So if you have something that's like, hey, you know, these mission statements are great, but how about this, and boom, we are definitely open to everything. This is not a company that anyone owns. This is a company that everyone in the community owns. Everyone that flies paramotors, everyone that's a pilot is part of Run Into the Sky, is part of Resurgence PPG, and also Project Airtime. Remember, these organizations are here for us, here to help other people. So if you're able to help, great. If not, just letting people know that there are options out there. And I think that's what this is all about. What else do we have in the super chat?
Well, while you were looking, I was going to say, I mean, to me, the most important thing is when I first read it, what sticks. And if you're going back to your elevator analogy, if you read a long sentence or a long statement to someone, my fear would be they'd be like, what did he just say? You know, whereas if you have a real short, concise sentence that they'll say, okay, he said veterans, disability, and paragliding. I know what those 3 things are, you know, and those are all good to help, you know, so it's kind of my thought process. I don't know.
Which one does that move you towards then?
2 or 7.
2 or 7? Okay.
Probably more towards 7.
Okay. Has anybody else said 2 or 7 or something else?
I'm going to also chip in for 7 and unfortunately have to call it a night here. I'm an hour ahead of you guys. So
okay. Avery, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Avery, for jumping in. Appreciate you, buddy.
Avery.
Yeah, man, thanks.
And Avery, you said 7? Did he say 7?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I say 7.
Okay. Let's go ahead and read 7 again real quick. We empower veterans with physical disabilities to reclaim their sense of well-being and independence by providing the training and equipment needed so they can experience the freedom and joy of flight through powered paragliding.
That's perfect.
Everybody like that?
Yeah.
I do.
All right. All right. So all in favor of 7?
Aye.
Any other ones other than 7 that you like, put in the super chat? If you like 7, put 7 in the super chat. If you want something else, put something else in the super chat. John Wayne said 7. Excellent.
Yeah, that's if John Wayne said 7, man, that's got to be it.
That's what I'm thinking. You know, John Wayne is, you know, that's the way to go.
Man knows.
So far it looks like 7, but however, like I said, one of the things that I want for us to always be able to do is at the end of our podcast is to jump on like this in the after show, talk about what we're doing at Run Into the Sky, the people that we have helped, the people that Resurgence PPG has helped, Project Airtime. I want everybody to know what's going on with these amazing organizations, and it's really difficult to know what's going on with all these organizations because, well, there's so much stuff going on. So let's make it a thing, even if it's 5 minutes at the end of our podcast, talk about what's going on with Resurgence, Run the Sky, and Project Airtime. Sound good to you guys?
Yep, it does.
Excellent. Anything else? I put 7. Do I win a hat? Tony Marzano.
I closed that. Should I bring it back up?
No, that's fine. So if everyone says 7, 7 is okay with me.
Cool.
Fine with me.
All right, sounds good. Will, if you want to post that into
Lucky
the
7.
board for our nonprofit board and say that we have determined that 7 is going to be our mission statement.
All right.
See, you guys, I'm glad that you're still here because you guys can still help us out. You know, I mean, I really want everyone to be involved with this, you know, and with Resurgent and with Run the Sky Project Airtime. I want everybody to be, you know, really involved. Because that's what this is all about. I mean, yeah, you can go out and fly your LZ and stuff, but, you know, what's going on in the world? Who cares about the regular news? How about paramotor area, you know, paragliding and all that fun stuff? All right, Bryant Hummer, Kangook America. Man, I had a blast, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's
been overdue.
Thank you for those hats. Thank you for the giveaways. We definitely appreciate you.
Yes, thank you so much. You're welcome
absolutely.
to come back anytime, Brian.
Yeah, just tell me when.
Next
Talk
Monday.
about Kangook stuff. We can just talk about flying. That's cool too.
Every Monday, everybody
Monday,
on the panel.
be here.
Yeah, everybody on the panel on Monday is just past guests. So you'll see it on the, in the chat. You'll see the Zoom information in the chat, and just log in, be part of the panel, just like today.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Excellent.
Okay, cool.
All right. So on that note, everyone, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Bonnie Fran said something to you, Jim, about your stickers.
Oh,
You see that? I know. Got to break out the glasses. What'd they say?
I don't know. I gotta find it. I closed the chat. Oh, there we go. Print stickers with the new mission statement.
Stickers.
There you go.
Ah.
I see. Aren't you glad we picked the shorter one?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so we still got Paramotor Calendar, so go over to paramotorcalendar.com, ppgcalendar.com. Buy one if you want to. If you go to Paramotor Arkansas, we got them in stock here. You can go to PPG Calendar, and Jim will handle those orders. So whatever you want to do. Anything else before we head on out?
Oh, man, it's been a great show. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I really enjoyed it too. I love the information and to keep abreast of what's out there. It's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. You're just a couple hours above me. I'm in Arkansas. So
yeah. I was looking at it. You're not that far, really.
I might have to go up there and see and hang out with you for some time. Talk about your Kangook and all the cool things that you got going on.
Yeah, for sure. You're welcome up anytime, and we can go flying in the little airplane and fly some paramotors.
All right.
I always have a couple built up, so you're always welcome to fly one of mine.
Twist my arm. So on that note, remember tomorrow we got another podcast. Will Fly, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Got an awesome podcast tomorrow. It's Paramotor Hangout, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. on YouTube. You won't want to miss it. You go to ppgshane.com. It'll take you right there.
Excellent. Also on Wednesday, you can go to paramotorgirl.com with Paramotor Jade and the gang, which is awesome. We also got a very so Linda, you are like really popular in the paramotor and the paragliding community, because
Yeah.
your son is popular. He's got an amazing podcast. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Well, people ask me all the time, how did you get the name Paramount? And I just say, oh, funny you should ask. My son, Robert Michaels, has a show on Thursdays, paraglidingtalk.com. So y'all got to join in on Thursday night. He always has some really cool, interesting guests on there. And then we have Sean that spins the spinny winnie wheel, so you can win some prizes and stuff. So on Thursday, Bryant, I'll send you the link or whatever. I'll be in the chat, and you can watch Robert's show on Thursday. It's pretty cool. He's been flying since like 2017, paragliding from he's in California. So he runs off the cliffs, you know, to fly, right? He has a
That's
motor,
awesome.
but he likes to fly, you know, free flight. So anyway, it's pretty cool. So y'all got to join, just drop in the show on Thursday night. That's it.
Excellent. Well,
Thank you, chatters in there.
Definitely appreciate y'all. Jim, thank you for everything you do for us in the background. Thanks for the 10% off by going to carepp.com and using the code PPGGrandpa to get that 10% off of any of your printing needs. In Canada, it might even smell like maple syrup when you get it. Who
Maple
knows?
mud.
Maple
mud.
something. Bryant, definitely thank you very much for joining us on the show. You're welcome back anytime, buddy. And like I said, I'll get
Awesome.
it with you tomorrow, sometime this week, and talk shop.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Excellent. Will Fly, thanks for everything you do in the background. We definitely appreciate you. So on that note, you guys stay here. We'll chat for just a couple of minutes after we say goodbye to everybody. And
Thank you, everybody.
well, goodbye, everybody. We appreciate you. And once again, Bryant, appreciate you. Jim, thank you so much. Linda, for everything you do. Will Fly. My name is Sean Simons, also known as PPG Grandpa. You can always find me at ppggrandpa.com. Till next time, fly safe.